Hello folks, this is again 2018 October November paper 1-3 and the question number is 9. It's also concerned with the forces, or you can just say kinematics as well, or dynamics as well. So a parachutist falls vertically from rest at time t equal to 0. So from rest at time t equal to 0. So since it says from rest, only those graphs in which the velocity is 0 at the beginning qualify. So that's why A and B qualify and C and D, they do not disqualify. So like this. From a hot air balloon, she falls for some distance before opening her parachute. Which graph best shows the variation with time t of the velocity v of the parachutist? So we have to find the graph. So what we have to remember is initially the velocity is 0, it's okay. The velocity increases, it's also okay. But as it falls, it is acted by, so one is the force of gravity mg here, mg. So one will be the upthrust, let us say, upthrust acted on by air, and the other will be the opposing forces, drag forces, which we call as, let us say, viscous force there. This is Fv. So as v goes on increasing, the value of Fv increases. The value of F increases. So what happens then is we have the resultant force is equal to mg minus Fu minus this Fv. So as v increases, this Fv increases. These two are constant, almost constant. So since this increases, I must have F resultant will decrease. And since it decreases, we have A decreases. A should decrease. So A decrease means that the slope of the variation of Vt graph should decrease. A decrease means the slope or the gradient of Vt graph should decrease. So if you go through these two things, this thing does not qualify because it shows increase in the slope. This shows decrease, so that's why this thing qualifies. And as A go on decreasing, there comes a state in which A becomes 0. When A becomes 0, V will be constant, and that velocity is called as terminal velocity. So here it's a terminal velocity. Then she opens up the parachute. So when she opens the parachute, this Fv increases very much. It increases so much that the resultant force will be negative. So that's why the acceleration will also be negative. Sudden increase in force. So here it shows negative slope, means that A is negative. So suddenly it turns negative, which again slows down, and ultimately V becomes constant at a lower value. So choice number A is the correct choice, and all others are wrong.